What's going on, guys? There's something I want to talk about. One thing that I was experiencing yesterday, if you ever got in one of those kind of moods where you just kind of, you feel like nothing is working out correctly, I think you really need to hit the reset button. And it's extremely important because a lot of times, especially you get caught up in day-to-day life, and especially if you're American, a lot of us, we like to work so very much. I know I myself, I like to work my regular job, and then I like to do all these other things on the side as well. And I find that in doing so, you really get burnt out, and some days it can seem really overwhelming. And so I think the biggest thing is to reset and actually look at those things in your life that maybe you've been neglecting. Maybe it's meditation, maybe it's working out, maybe it's your diet, maybe there's a multitude of different things that could be changed over this duration where it led you to this point to where you felt like, it seems overwhelming. And it may seem like it comes out of anywhere, but I can more than guarantee you that it didn't just come out of left field, right? More than likely, it's been something you've been neglecting, something that you maybe were once maintaining that you have let go, and led up to this time where nothing seems to be working out right. Just seems like the sky is falling, everything comes crashing down, all kinds of chaos, right? And so you really need to spend that day and just block out the rest of the day and essentially fill out whatever you need to do to help you get past that. And for myself, like yesterday, I essentially blocked out the rest of my afternoon. Nothing felt like it was going right or in my favor. And so I spent the day and I relaxed. I meditated for quite a while, and I essentially just relaxed and I went to sleep because sleep is important. And I know as of late, I haven't been sleeping the best either, right? I've always been trying to essentially push myself to learn more, to research more, especially about the market and stuff, because I'm learning a lot about the market. But the biggest thing I've actually realized is that you need those days where you reset. If you don't have those days where you reset and you kind of recalibrate, you kind of re-audit yourself and see where you're at, a lot of times you can get in this nasty spiral. And then you find that as much affirmations or whatever you try to tell yourself, it still doesn't seem to take the edge off, right? You need that sleep, you need meditation, you need all these different mechanisms, these different things that will help you put yourself back on track. And so yesterday was one of those days for me, and if it's ever been one of those days for you, I'd really like to know about it. Leave a comment in it down below and help share some of the things that you do that help you get past those days. Do you have a reset day? Do you have a day to where you go out and you audit? Or maybe you don't even do that. Maybe you just need to break your regular routine, go out and just maybe you go catch a movie, or maybe you go do something else, right? Maybe your schedule is so hectic that you don't actually provide that self-care that you need. And it's extremely important because a lot of times if you neglect it, it can get carried away, out of control. And, that just, again, bleeds into every other daily routine, which can it causes a lot of daily routines to break, right? Because you start, again, not feeling like you want to do anything. You lose motivation to do the regular things that you normally do. And to think that you always have this motivation, you always have these things, right? Like doing a video and stuff, right? You're only recording when you're essentially in the mood, or if you're not, you try to liven up, you try to pump yourself to do these things. And it's the same way, right? To get your motivation back, you got to do these things. You got to do that self-audit and push yourself and allow yourself to see what it is that you've been neglecting, and allow yourself to live a better situation, to regroup. And sometimes I've gone a long time to where I've done a reset. I know I'll go every couple months, and I feel like I do need a reset. And it's important that you establish that time. And if it's that day you feel like nothing is going right, and no matter how many times you tell yourself it's the best, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be the best, right? You can make yourself laugh about it, and I try to be like that, right? I try to be lighthearted about everything. I try to joke about everything, as bad as the day could be. And sometimes that just doesn't seem like enough. And sometimes you need those days to where you just reset, and whatever that takes. Well, again, breaking a routine, whatever it will take. And again, if you have any ideas, any thoughts, leave those down in the comments, because I know there's a lot of people out there that feel the same way. And maybe they feel like they can't, but it's extremely important that you do make that time. Like, you clear out your schedule and you make sure that the time is there, because ultimately, and I've always talked about this, like, you can never get ahead if you aren't taking care of yourself. And as much as you think you're getting ahead, you know, maybe it's those late nights, maybe it's all these other different things that you're trying to do to improve your life, which is great, you still have to spend that time. Self-care is such a big thing, and I've talked about that before. And schedule that time. Maybe you have stuff in the afternoon, but you really just don't feel like it, so cancel everything, you know, reschedule it. People, maybe they'll understand, maybe they won't, but really what really matters is the fact that, you know, you got to take care of yourself, because no one else is going to look out for you. And ultimately, to be able to provide any kind of care, support for anybody else, you have to make sure that you're establishing your self-care. And once that's established, then you are more than willing, you're more motivated to go out and help people, because you feel at your best, you're more energized, you're more motivated to go do those kind of things when you yourself, again, are 100% or 110%, right? So I hope this video helps you guys. If it does, remember to hit that like button on the way out. Also, remember to share this video if this video you feel can help anybody. And until next time, I will see you guys later.